All right, today we are jumping right into the University of Vermont's oldest national fraternity, Sigma Phi. Think of this as your unofficial insider guide, pieced together right from the source material. So, you're at UVM, and sooner or later, you're going to find yourself thinking about Greek life. It's a huge part of the campus for some people, and it's a really big decision. You got to find the right fit, right? And that's what we're here for. We are going to go deep on UVM's oldest national fraternity to give you the real story. We'll look at what makes Sigma Phi tick so you can figure out if this is the Brotherhood for you.
Okay, let's start with the fundamentals. Who are these guys? What's their history?
First off, Sigma Phi has some serious history. We're talking 1845. This was the first national fraternity to show up on campus. And that house they have? It was built way back in 1903. It's not just a place to live, it's a historic landmark. This isn't just some club, it's a real institution. Now, this quote from our source pretty much nails their whole identity. Discreet tradition and a selective, reputation-minded culture. Keep those words in mind because everything else we're about to talk about, it all builds on this idea. It is the absolute core of their brand. So, let's get into the vibe. What's the day-to-day culture actually like? To do that, we're going to use a few pretty unique metrics from our source material to paint a clearer picture. First up, the stereotypical frat lifestyle score. It's a 52 out of 100. Now, you might see that and think, that's kind of average. But here's what it really means. They're all about quality over quantity. Think less chaotic, messy party scene and more clean house, well-run formals. And that gives them a reputation for being lower drama and, frankly, safer. And it's a similar story here, with a score of 51 out of 100 for chance of scoring and hooking up. The big takeaway is that just being in the fraternity isn't enough. What really matters here is personal polish. Being respectful, warm, and a balanced person. Okay, now our source material uses a really unique scale here to measure the physical and emotional closeness between brothers. Let's be clear, this is a clinical 1 to 10 metric. It's just a tool used to understand the specific kind of bond that exists inside the house.
So to really get what the rating means, let's look at some examples. A level 3 is pretty much just standard guy talk, sports, classes, that kind of thing. A level 5, though, that shows a really high level of comfort. Think casual chats while just wearing a towel, guys lounging around with their shirts off, no big deal. And then a level 7 marks a totally different kind of culture, one you're probably not going to find in a place that values discretion this much.
So where does Sigma Phi land? They score a 5 out of 10. And what that really reflects is a culture of comfortable, genuine adult friendship. It's not performative. It's fixing a brother's tie before a big event, or just having an easy conversation after a workout. It's about real support and being at ease with each other, not putting on a show.
So you add all that up, and you get a final overall score of 59 out of 100. And that number, it really paints a picture of a balanced, composed, and selective environment. Look, if you're just looking for chaos, this isn't the highest score. But if you're looking for substance, it's pretty strong. But what about after you toss that graduation cap in the air? How does this whole experience translate into the real world? Let's talk about the long-term value of their alumni network. The alumni value score comes in at a really solid 66 out of 100. That tells you this is a high-quality, relationship-first network. It can absolutely open doors for you, but you've got to be prepared to walk through them.
And this network is especially powerful in certain fields. We're talking law, finance, policy, consulting, places where a personal introduction and a polished presentation can make all the difference. In those industries, the Sigma Phi connection can give you some serious leverage, helping turn a simple introduction into a real interview. Okay, so let's say all this sounds pretty good to you. You're thinking, all right, I'm interested. So how do you actually get a bid? This last section is your practical how-to guide for acing the rush process. The absolute key here is preparation. You need to walk in with your 30-second pitch totally dialed in. And this isn't about bragging. It's about being able to clearly and concisely tell them who you are, what you're committed to, and, this is crucial, how you plan to contribute to the house from day one. While you're there, every single thing you do sends a message. The green flags, they're all about showing you're reliable, respectful, and you've got that contribution mindset. Asking smart questions, volunteering to help clean up. The red flags, obvious stuff like bragging about partying, but also trashing other fraternities or acting entitled. You have to remember, discretion is currency here.
Okay, get ready for this one because it is absolutely 100% coming your way. They're testing you. They want to see if you've actually done your homework and if you really get what they're all about. And this answer is killer. Why? Because it hits on all their core values, their smaller size, their high standards, and that deep heritage. It shows you're not just looking for any fraternity. You're looking for their specific brand of brotherhood. And here's the other big one they'll probably throw at you. This question gets right to the heart of their entire ethos. They need to know that you understand one of their most important values. This answer is perfect because it shows you get it on a whole other level. You're not just saying it means keeping secrets. You're framing it as protecting people, managing reputations, and understanding that for them, trust is the brand. So, what's the bottom line here? Our source material really puts it perfectly. This is a place for a specific type of person, someone who, as it says, chooses composure over chaos, heritage over hype. It's for people who want a brotherhood measured by reliability and results. And that brings us right back to the beginning, to the one question only you can answer. Now that you've seen the data, the culture, and what's expected, is a brotherhood built on reliability and discretion the right fit for you? Does it align with who you are and who you want to be? Well, the choice is yours.